Come in.
How's it going?
Hey, how are you?
Sam Turtletop from Adobe.
Nice to meet you.
How you doing, Mr. On?
Doing well.
Doing well. Well, I met with Dr. Reckenworth yesterday, and he recommended that I kind of touch base with you for our next meeting with the IT committee regarding the collaborative technology. So that's why I'm here today, and was trying to get some of what you're thinking and see where you're standing on all this.
Okay.
How's that sound?
Sounds fine. Well, what specifically are you looking for insight on?
Well, I kind of want to figure out where you stand on it and where do you want to go, how you think Adobe products could be effective for the business school. And I know you have a lot of influence. I actually, Dr. Reckenworth was telling me how you were highly involved with the first IT around campus, the first IT strategic plan. So I'm excited to hear kind of where you stand and with your expertise and all your knowledge about the IT. So is this your business card right here?
Yes.
Okay. Give you my business card as well.
Thanks.
Here you go.
So from a general perspective, our charter is academic achievement. It's
Right.
really about student engagement and student outcomes, and I believe that's driven via technology. To engage students of today, clearly we've got to do more than chalk and talk. These are students that are accustomed to having a smartphone in their lap or a laptop nonstop, and it's imperative that we deliver them curriculum in new, more engaging ways.
Okay.
So I'd like to understand from your perspective what you bring to the table in that capacity.
Okay. Well, I'm really glad to hear that you're ready to move from the talk and chalk to more 21st century learning, because there's a lot of universities out there who just aren't understanding that need for change, and that really is where the communication and technology is headed. So I'm really looking forward to showing you how the Adobe product can give you an advantage to some of the other universities and affect your university in a positive way.
Okay.
Would you mind explaining to me the IT strategic plan? I know it was the first around campus. What is the status of that plan? I know you were highly involved with that. So
Yeah, so we've rolled out a number of different technological solutions to varying degrees of success. And the reason for that is we've got faculty and staff that are not digital natives. So I am rolling out solutions that my faculty and staff aren't necessarily familiar with or comfortable with. And I am finding that some of our professors simply won't utilize a product that they fear the students may be more comfortable with than they are, because it puts them in a position of speaking to something or perhaps showing a level of discomfort that they're not comfortable sharing with their students. So as a result, my challenge is driving campus-wide initiatives, but ensuring that I get 100% utilization. And that's proven to be the biggest challenge in this space. I think you're here to talk about Connect, at least from what I understand from.
That's my product. I'm
Exactly.
to you, sir.
So we've looked at WebEx, we've looked at Illuminate and Wimbo, which are some of your competitors. And utilization has been a challenge. And I guess I'd like to understand, knowing something about them, what differentiates you from your competition.
Okay, well, I'd like to kind of show you about the Adobe Connect Pro product. If you don't mind, can I ask a few more questions to get some background information?
Sure.
But definitely, I think Connect is a great product from what I learned from Dr. Reckenworth and what I'm hearing from you. It just sounds like it's going to be the perfect fit, and I'd like to discuss with you about that. If you don't mind, I'd like to ask a couple other questions.
Sure.
What are your priorities and concerns regarding the implementation of collaborative technology? Where do you see it headed? What specifically would you like to implement in the university, I guess?
Well, again, it's about academic achievement.
Right.
I'm looking to roll out solutions that, via more meaningful engagement, deliver student outcomes, which means I want to drive graduation rates up, I want to attract the best and brightest students out there, and and I believe that technology is the avenue to which we do that. The challenges I have are that budgets continue to be strained. My budget was cut 5% again this year. So I have to be very judicious in maximizing the ROI on any investment that I make, which typically means that I don't have the luxury of buying a solution that speaks to one specific need. I need it to bridge a number of gaps.
And that makes sense. What impact could you see this having on the university as a whole, or the business school in particular?
Well, obviously, if you, from a distance learning perspective, if you can attract students from outside your current area, you can grow your install rates, or excuse me, your student population rates, which net more income for the institution. And again, if you're engaging students in a more meaningful way, you drive your graduation rates up, which obviously our charter here is to ensure that that occurs.
Okay. Well, I think I'll have some good solutions for you and how it can improve the income and just reach a broader audience to increase the attendance. And so it seems like one of the main concerns, though, is the teachers. That they just don't seem willing to switch to the new technology. Is that what you were saying?
Well, it's not all of them. I just don't think that we can say it's a given that we roll something out and everyone utilizes it from day one. So I'm looking for direction and guidance from our partners to say, how do we bring those folks into the tent, so to speak.
Okay. Do you think some of the teachers are hesitant because they're not familiar with the technology? Do you think that has much to do with it?
Yeah, again, when you're dealing with folks that aren't digital natives, it's up to us to bridge the gap, to show them the best practices. No one here is going to want to recreate the wheel. We're going to need to approach these folks and say, here's a proven concept that's easy for you to understand and utilize, and here's why.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'd like to show you a little bit about our product. Let me pull it out here for you. About Adobe Connect Pro. And why I think it will really fit for your needs at Price Bridge State University.
Okay.
So there's what I think our product does a great job of is engaging the students. And there was a study back earlier this year in 2010 that was showing how it is crucial that the community is reached when dealing with the online classes. It's much more effective when they are being involved, they're being engaged with the social learning support networks, as compared to when they're just sitting by themselves in front of the screen, maybe dozing off, falling asleep. So studies have shown how it is much more effective to engage the students within each other, like communicating with each other, and then being more engaged in the class as well. And some of the areas that do that is the polls. The teachers set up polls, and the students can answer questions that way to make sure they're being engaged. They can chat with one another about if they have to be set up in virtual teams. They can do that highly effectively. They have the breakout rooms, question and answers. So this is one of the key reasons why I think it will be so effective for your needs at the university. Just highly involving the students, and that's where I think Adobe Connect does a good job of separating itself from some of our competitors. And Dean Reckenworth mentioned how you've used WebEx some and you've had some troubles with it. I didn't get into too much detail about those problems, but he sounded interested in hearing how Adobe can outperform that a little bit. So engaging the students is definitely one of the main things, and also.
But so to that point, I mean, a distance learning platform is a distance learning platform. You may have a more elegant solution, a more efficient solution. What is it that really differentiates yours versus an Illuminate or a Wimba?
Well, one of the main things, like I was saying, is just all the different ways for the students to be involved. They don't have to be there. Obviously, I know it's general with the distance learning, but with the Connect, it allows them to be more involved in some of the other solutions. I know that we have some other features that some of the other products don't use, and I'll show you another thing here. How Adobe Connect has actually won 2008 and 2009 the e-learning best virtual classroom, and I think that is one of the main things that separates us. Things have been going well this year in 2010. I don't see any reason why we wouldn't continue to win the best virtual classroom. So our competitors maybe are lacking a little bit there, being involved with the virtual teams, the community. So I think that kind of separates us a little bit. Also, PC Magazine quoted it as it's the most complete all-in-one web conferencing solution I've seen. And I know it seems our customers are consistently reporting high levels of satisfaction with this product, and with an increase in revenue and definitely a more improved skills in the communication technology.
Okay. So one of the things that I shared with you was the need to ensure that any solution we purchase covers a variety of
Correct.
issues or bridges, gaps that exist across the campus. Outside of distance learning, what does this solution bring to the table?
Well, the solution also has webinars, web meetings, it has e-research capabilities, and it can allow the faculty to communicate more technology and like the distance learning, it can really help with the grad students who don't have to be in town, who maybe don't want to move to close to the university. They want to stay where they are, working maybe on their job, and they take a distance learning class. So I think it really covers every aspect concerned with the distance learning and really just with communicating from student to faculty and faculty to faculty. Does that kind of answer that a little bit?
It does. So to some degree, we utilize it for faculty meetings instead of having people having to travel from
Right.
different locations. We can.
And even within just the university, with the web conferencing, you can see everyone's picture. I've got a picture of that for you, actually. Okay, yeah, here it is right here. You can see the different people involved in the meeting, and so it's really like you're there, but you're not there. Saving money, saving time. It's really just where technology and communication is headed, and I want to give you all a head start on all this.
So in the interest of time, because I've got a hard stop in here in just a couple of minutes.
Okay.
It had been mentioned something about an e-portfolio. What does that term mean?
Well, I'm kind of more trying to sell to you the Adobe Connect product, and that's my main area of expertise. I have some IT guys back who I work with who know the lingo, know all that a lot better than I'm more familiar with. And so I really wanted to focus on the distance learning, and I can talk to them, figure out everything that you're concerned about that or what you want to know about that. And I can get back to you, I guess, more in detail. I don't want to say anything that's not going to be effective or not going to be accurate. So I have the IT guys to kind of help me out with some of that aspect.
Okay. All right.
Are there what I'm trying to figure out is kind of where do we go from here? Are the what kind of concerns is the IT committee going to have with our product?
Well, we haven't talked about how you actually roll this thing out. Is it hosted on our site? Is it hosted on your site?
Right.
What are the technological challenges?
Well, we can definitely cover that in the meeting with the IT. We have that with the IT committee. That's going to be next Monday, I believe. And we'd love to have you in there for that as well. We can kind of explain some more of the product and kind of roll it out for you and actually show you in person and use the software to help explain, I guess, some of that.
But is this hosted? Is it on my campus? Is it on yours?
Well, like I said, I'm gonna let my IT people kind of deal with that. I guess I'm not as familiar with that as they are. So I can ask them, and I can get back to you about that. I kind of wanted to show you about our product and see what you think and get your perspective on it. And really what I'd like to do is get the Adobe Connect solutions used throughout the business school and Price Ridge State University and kind of have that take over the business school. So where do we need to go from here to...
Well, I need to understand how you roll something like this out. I mean, I can't tell you what my cost is to support an application like this if I don't understand how we actually install it.
That's understandable. So I'd love to explain to you that and the IT committee that in the meeting. I will do some, get some more information about that, and But yeah, I really think we could use this solution throughout the whole business school, and that's my goal, to help the business school and help the university.
All right.
So I guess, will you be in the meeting on Monday?
I think you'll just be in there with Dr. Bromgiel, but I will certainly prep him based on the conversation we've had.
Awesome.
All right.
Good to meet you.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you. I was scared to answer that question. I should have answered it.
Yeah, you got to know how to install it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hosted. I mean, it can be in their data center. It could be hosted by.
I really thought that, but I know that you know all about it, so I didn't want to say something that was wrong.
It was, it's a bummer that we talked last night because you're like, well, dude, I know this is the Adobe guy. This sucks, but you did fine, man. But
I honestly, like, I was gonna say that, but like if I said it wrong, like about your product, I just feel like an idiot, like trying to act like I know about what you do, you know.
You did a good job.
Thank you.
Don't sweat it.
Thank you.